let's get my next guest out here. He's the star of so many modern classics. Who didn't love him in Speed, the Matrix films, The Devil's Advocate, Bill and Ted's movies. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was a masterpiece of that kind of film. The list goes on and on. Here he is. I'm so excited he's here. It is Keanu Reeves, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Keanu, welcome to the show. And,
thank you very much, Mr. Ross.
Welcome here to Britain. Here's something I did not know about you. I didn't know this at all. I didn't know that your mum was from this country, so you are half English.
I am.
I didn't know that.
Actually, my mother is from Essex.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
I don't know.
We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Well, no, my mother ran away from home when she was really young.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ran away from Essex. I don't blame her.
I don't know. So I've never met my mother's family.
Well, while you're over, maybe we could bring them together.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
You know, maybe you can say no, right?
You do what you want. You're Keanu Reeves. Jesus. So do you feel, though, do you feel a connection here? You must have been aware of her youth here. She must have told you stuff about this country. So did you watch any of the TV shows, or were you familiar with the music stars from here?
Well, I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and at the time, so in terms of English shows, there was the Two Ronnies.
Wow. So were you... Hold it. Keanu Reeves was a fan of the Two Ronnies?
Man, you're just like a little person, and you're looking for things to do, and sometimes the TV's on, and then the Two Ronnies late at night, and they're running around making jokes you don't understand, and then you're seeing boobs.
Oh.
And, you know, and you know, good, clean fun.
So when you were growing up in Canada, then, was acting always your ambition? You wanted to go in that direction, or did you stumble into it? What happened? What did young Keanu see in acting?
Stumble into acting. No, I guess when I was around 15, my mother says I declared myself and said, would you mind if I was an actor? And she went, no. And so I started. I was pretty self-motivated, started classes, and et cetera, et cetera.
And you made the leap to LA on your own, didn't you? I believe you got yourself there under your own steam.
I left home when I was like 17, 18, dropped out of high school, was working as an actor and other part-time jobs. And then eventually I got in the car and drove from Toronto to Los Angeles.
So I would imagine, that's a...
How long did that take, by the way?
Well, I was with a friend and a girlfriend, and so we did some meandering.
Oh, OK.
Yeah.
Good road trip.
Yeah, we had a little
Lads
road.
on tour, see?
Yeah. Took about 7 years, I imagine, then. So what car was it? Were you in it was a modern car? It was a comfortable car? Was
No, it was the first car I ever had. It was a 1969 122 Volvo, British Racing Green, and its nickname was Dumpy. It had bricks under the chairs and holes in the floor. I had 6x9 speakers with long wires that I could put the speakers on the roof, and we would go to places and we'd put them, turn the records on, the music on, and just go.
Where's that car now? That car seems to be
that just blew up.
Yeah.
That car made it to L.A., hung out in L.A. for a little bit, didn't like the weather. It was a little hot, you know, it was air-cooled Volvo. It was kind of crazy. Started driving back to New York City, and it blew up in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
I think we've just found the new host of Top Gear, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen. I think he's got petrol instead of blood going through his... Because you're big in the... You love motorbikes, don't you? That's your passion, isn't it?
I do indeed. Yeah, I didn't start riding motorcycles until I was 22. But,
so this is your new bike right there?
Yeah, I partnered up with a builder in Los Angeles named Gard Hollinger. He had a company called LA Chop Rods. We did a custom bike, and that became the prototype for this machine, which we call Gloss Black. It's Arch Motorcycle, and it's a sport cruiser badass.
So you...
machine.
But so your company builds those?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a kind of production custom motorcycle. It's a big twin.
How cool does he look on that machine?
Yeah.
Come on, seriously.
No, it's
look
a
big enough
beautiful
for it.
bike. Yeah.
I would not look as cool as that.
Oh, well, Ollie, have you got a bike? Do you have a motorbike? Have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
Nah, my mum would not let me at all. No chance. I'm 30 and she wouldn't let me get on a bike. She said that to me. You ever get on a bike, that's it.
It can be dangerous. They can be
Yeah,
dangerous
they can be
bikes. You have to
dangerous,
know
so.
what you're doing. Let me ask you, because I'm a bike guy. I've got a scooter, and I wonder.
No, that's, you're on two wheels and you're moving, you're right.
Yeah, mine's three-wheel scooter. But anyway.
I don't know what to say, but I think it's still really cool.
So if I wanted one of those, how much would one of those set us back? What kind of? Because that's a high-end machine, isn't it?
That motorcycle is $78,000 US.
Well, that's a lot. What's that in money? That's about 50,000
In pounds, in sterling.
Now, it's hard to believe, I know, but Keanu has turned 50 years old, ladies and
No.
gentlemen. Yeah. That's pretty remarkable. Are you feeling your age in that? I mean, you're looking great, and obviously you're keeping in shape, but are you beginning to feel it? Are things beginning to get a little bit achy in the mornings? You know what I mean.
Yeah, the morning. Yeah, the morning is not quite the old morning, what the morning used to be. But, yeah, it's that walk, the first walk, where it's kind of like, oil, And then you kind of get your John Wayne on, You're just kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
I know that feeling.
But he still looks so cool doing it.
I know. He does. OK, John Wick, your new big action movie. It's out April the 10th. Before we see the clip, set it up first. Tell us what it's about. Who is John Wick? What happens to him in this film?
Okay, I play a character named John Wick who used to be an assassin. He's spoken about as being a legendary assassin.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
True story, then. This is true.
No,
Oh, okay.
Once upon a time, there was a guy named
I've been Googling John Wick right now. I love stuff like that.
This is the Essex experience you're getting here. So let's rewind.
Just the fact that I was really sold that.
Okay, but no, it's a good story.
Okay,
It doesn't
let's
have
carry
to be.
on.
No, it is, yeah. So he's not the boogeyman, but he's described as the guy that you would send in to kill the boogeyman.
Yeah.
But John Wick, when we meet him, has put that all aside for love. And so he's married, but his wife is ill. And in the opening of the film, she passes away. And she sends John the gift of a dog with a note saying that, I know you need someone or something to love.
The dog is wonderful in the film as
Oh,
well.
there it is, yes.
What's the dog called? What's the name?
Well, in the film, it's called Daisy.
Daisy the dog. Who
Daisy
wouldn't fall
the
in love
dog,
with Daisy?
little beagle. Yeah. And so then one day, I'm filling up. I have this cool, Mustang, old muscle car, filling it with petrol, and all of a sudden, Alfie Allen pulls in as the kind of the son of a Russian mobster.
He's a bad guy.
He wants my car. How much is your car, man? Oh, nice dog.
He calls you bitch.
In Russian.
Still a bitch.
And so what happens is then I drive away, and eventually him and some of his lads come to the house. They beat up John Wick. They steal the car. And before that, they kill the dog.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This happens in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
So then, but this is when the film gets good. Well, I think you know what's coming next. What does John do?
Well, he cleans up the blood of the dog and holds the dog.
No, I mean the wrong time. I mean immediately that's nice to know.
It ties into what you're talking about because he connects. It's the blood. This film is kind of Old Testament Greek myth.
A lot of blood in it as well.
Action and lots of. And so he basically unearths what was, his old past. And he puts the suit on and he becomes John Wick.
I like that because he literally goes into the earth to beat his old
there's
self.
a little
Okay,
scene there.
let's not say any more. Let me show you a clip of this. I'm telling you, if you love this kind of movie, you like hard-edged action, you like this kind of film with an emotional heart as well, you're going to love this.
Can I set it up? I'm sorry, man. I want to set it up. Every scene.
What's this show called?
Jonathan Ross.
Right, okay.
Sir.
Okay, Keanu is now going to set up the film for you, ladies. So you set the clip up.
Thank you, Johnny. So what happens is there's the real world, and then there's the hyper world of the criminals. Yeah. And they're at this hotel called the Continental. And these, it's sartorial, it's sexy, it's cool. But there's another assassin, and she's playing John Wick a visit.
So this is... This is that. That's a great scene, but are there moves and other techniques that you've learned in previous movies when you've done long, prolonged action sequences or days of filming? Does that muscle memory stay with you? Have you picked up stuff from The Matrix that you can still use in movies today?
Actually, I knew both directors actually from the Matrix trilogy. Chad Stahelski and David Leitch were stuntmen on The Matrix. And for the action for this piece, you know, they knew what I could do, what I've done in the past, the training. And so they set up basically a John Wick boot camp. So for 3 months, got to do some gun stuff, learned some judo, jiu-jitsu, blend the guns and the martial arts, and then do some cars. Got to do some stunt driving, you know, throwing cars around, doing 180s, 360s, sliding, drifting, and then learn how to do that one-handed so you could shoot people.
Wow. So that must be so much fun learning that. I mean, that must be a good day.
Oh, are you kidding me? It's like heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like heaven.
It's amazing. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, so then
Yeah, but growing up in Essex is not dissimilar.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Let me ask you then, so many movies I could ask you about. How many people here, like me, just adore the Bill and Ted films? They're incredible. That's way early in your career.
That is. Yeah.
You remember the... you've seen them, haven't you?
Yeah.
You remember the thing that they do when they say... they go, excellent. I can do...
Excellent adventure.
Excellent. You go... Yeah, so you see...
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Keanu,
Air
you
guitar.
You still got it takes?
You want to do excellent?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but you got to say excellent. Yeah.
Well, you didn't really commit to that. You didn't really commit to that. You didn't deserve the twang for that. OK, let's do it.
I mean, okay, excellent.
That's not... You're still not... I don't believe you're really...
Okay, 3, 2.
Hold it, he used to be a better actor back then. He did a much better job back then.
Yeah, but
You have to go like, excellent!
Excellent.
So here's the question.
And party on, dude.
Yeah. I've heard rumours that there may well be a third Bill and Ted adventure coming our way.
Yeah, they want to do that. Yeah, the writers wrote a script. That's a really cool idea. And Alex Winter and Alex played Bill, I played Ted. And yeah, so we're trying to get it made.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
I would have thought. There's Alex now, who's just a sweet, sweet guy. I've met him, I've worked with him. So if you're trying to get it made, I imagine it will happen, right?
No, man, you know, show business is it's tough. You got to put a movie together. It's tough. So
Even for you, Keanu?
Absolutely. Sometimes it just gets tough. But yeah, we're hoping that we got high hopes for it. We're gonna try.
Sorry, who's this now?
I have no idea. I just feel like talking like this. But
I like to talk that way too.
yeah, right?
Ollie, can you talk this way too?
I can talk like that too, you know.
Yeah.
We're just 3 Southern gentlemen hanging out on the porch.
That's right. That's right.
You know what? I wish we had more time to talk. Well, fortunately we do. You're going to stick around for a while because Russell Brand will be here after this break, ladies and gentlemen, as well as Lucy Beaumont. But first, will you join me in saying thank you to the fabulous Mr. Keanu Reeves? That was a pleasure.